Welcome everyone to probably the 17th new sword testing video on YouTube by now, probably since Crota Zen came out. Everyone's obsessed with swords. But anyways, welcome to my second, and I will be a little hubris and say my video is the one that kicked it off and everyone started testing swords, which I know is not true. I'm a small YouTuber. I'm just happy that my video's at probably like 10,000 views, and I appreciate that a lot. And because of that, I wanted to test it all again. A lot of you left comments of really great advice, like try it against a different opponent, don't do Kali moves too much, it's not good tracking, stuff like that. So for the first part of this video, it is all Riven. I tested Riven for 3 hours in the morning this, Monday? And just kept going. I used multiple different swords. I actually have a spreadsheet right next to me. I used Heart Shadow, Black Talon, Zephyr, Falling Guillotine, Bequest, Eternity's Edge, Thin Precipice, World Line Zero, Just In Case, Half Truths, Caretaker, Gold Tusk, and Lament. I did multiple tests. Some of them I did all light attacks. Some of them I did a combo, which was light, heavy. Other ones I did a combo of just light, heavy. I actually then went and tested against the Ogre and grabbed some Avarice with my girlfriend at the second stream at night, and what we found was crazy. So when it comes to sword damage, the two best damaging swords in the game, in my opinion, that I have seen in these tests are Gold Tusk and Lament. Gold Tusk, in my opinion, and according to these tests, beats out Lament. That is only because, one, it is a legendary, and two, it's a lot easier to track with Gold Tusk. In a lot of my testing, especially against the Ogre, Gold Tusk won. There was one time Lament won, and that was against Riven, but that's because it's a much smaller damage phase, so you get much faster damage output with the Lament. Whereas Gold Tusk, because of that one perk, you need to get 10 light attacks basically in a row to get 10 times damage, or in the case of the actual perk, 30% damage boost. So in longer boss fights, it's better. But in shorter boss fights, Lament's better, so I'm not telling you to use Gold Tusks against Atrax, which everyone should be using Parasite against Atrax anyways now. Hot take. But for ease of use, for just general population, just beating Crota, beating Riven, or well, not beating Riven, but beating Crota, Gold Tusk is the easiest to use by far. Honestly, second to maybe Falling Guillotine, and then Lament. Just because Lament has such a combo, and to do optimal DPS, you have to do a combo of light, heavy, light, and then light, heavy, light, which is the revved up light, heavy, and then a regular light. That I did find a lot of people left in the comments. Thank you all for left the comment that is the best. I was having a lot of confirmation bias because I've always done the most damage with Lament against Atrax, blah blah blah, doing it the way I did, which was do as many lights as possible and then do a heavy when you almost run out of ammo, which in my anecdotal experience with Atrax, all this stuff, it was always the best. But testing it out, light, heavy, light, did much more. It actually did 444,000 or 448,000. Whereas light, heavy, light did 444,000, light, heavy, light did 393,000, and then my way did 379,000, which is marginally worse than light, heavy, light. With that being said, here are the damage. Well, you're going to see in the background it going. I'm going to put the damage numbers down. Heart Shadow actually had the most damage output against Riven. Now, I'm guessing that's because of the 15% debuff that the heavy attack does. With combo of light then heavy, which works when you have 3 loosened blades. So you literally go heavy attack, light attack, then you're in enough time to do a heavy attack again. Did 507,000 against Riven. It's going to probably show up in a second. It might have already passed in the video. I'm looking at the spreadsheet, not the video. With light, heavy, it was 484,000. All lights, 380,000. That is probably because of the 15% debuff, which, in my opinion, Heart Shadow earned a spot on the team. Because if you don't want someone running Tractor Cannon, you want someone else running swords, run Heart Shadow. It's not 30% debuff, it's a 15% debuff. But then that includes everything else, which I'll get to that in a second. Next to Heart Shadow was Lament, like I said, against Riven. Then against the Ogre, it was actually Gold Tusk. So for the Ogre, Heart Shadow did 1.1 million. Gold Tusk did 1.1 million. Falling Guillotine did 669,000. Now that was not me testing it because my girlfriend Sarah had a better roll, so she tried it. And that was both all light attacks and light heavy. She did 669,000 consistently. Bequest Vorpal did 900,000. And then Lament did a 1.02 million and 1.14 million. Now the reason why there's a range is because Lament's tracking is so weird against that boss and against like a lot of bosses actually. I'm sure a lot of people see it between you going through legs, you literally heavy attacking into an aerial heavy because you like jumped off a rock like a pebble on the road. Lament's very weird. Now, with that being said, I did try all the other ones like Black Talon, Zephyr, Bequest with Vorpal. I don't have Surrounded, all this type of stuff. That all kind of worked, but it was all right around 250 to 350,000. Nothing too crazy. Black Talon surprised me being 350,000, but nothing like blew me out of the water. Now, just like the last video, I'm sure a lot of you are going to be like, but what about Bequest with Surrounded? Bequest with Surrounded is the best sword ever. I, after testing, have a personal vendetta against Surrounded. It is the hardest thing to proc against normal bosses. In Crota, I get it. There's a way where the acolytes are underneath you and the boomers are close and it's super easy to proc Surrounded and like you'll get so much damage, most damage in the game, blah, 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 blah. For the average Destiny player, LFG, regular raid groups, people just wanting to have fun, that takes way too much time to set up and it literally takes one mistake to tank your damage. So yes, you're surrounded 30% damage increase. So let's take Bequest with Vorpal. So 369,000. Add on an additional 15% to that. What is it, like 440,000? Something like that. I'm not doing the math with the calculator. But you're doing that. So yes, you're doing 440,000, let's say, theoretically. That's with the 30% damage. Somehow your teammate throws a grenade, accidentally kills the ad that's near it. Your surrounded proc is gone now. You're now doing 350,000. So your damage just tanked because your perk deactivated. Whereas on the other hand, you can use Gold Tusk, which you just have to swing 10 times and then you can add in heavy attacks and you have the most like ammo. And you're doing the same amount arguably as Surrounded. Arguably. Now granted, Gold Tusk is Hunter only, but then Lament. Oh, okay, not Lament. Falling Guillotine. Well, all light Falling Guillotine, not the greatest. Heart Shadow. Bequest Vorpal. Just Surrounded to me is not a good perk. In my opinion, that is my opinion, that is one man's opinion. Attack me in the comments if you want. Just call me an idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about. Shit YouTube or whatever. I personally believe that is not the way. Also, all of my greatness is I wasted all my materials. I'm going to show it in this video. Crafting weapons to test. I wasted all my materials, all my enhancement cores, all my glimmer. I've been using it so much on crafting just to test these weapons and different perk combos. With that being said, again, Heart Shadow blew me out of the water. Now, let's talk to the Ogre. So I only tested Fallen Guillotine, Bequest with Vorpal, Caretaker with Surrounded, Gold Tusk, and Heart Shadow and Lament against the Ogre. With the Ogre, which is a much longer damage time. As I said earlier, Heart Shadow did 1.1 million. Fallen Guillotine did 669,000. Bequest Vorpal did 900,000 Vorpal. That's amazing. And then this is why I hate Surrounded. Caretaker with Surrounded did 800,000. That's because of multiple things. One, Sarah was with me, so she's dropping the well and she's swinging. Sometimes she would just randomly swing and hit a thrall. Sometimes I would randomly swing and hit a thrall. And then, look at that. Surrounded's gone. And then also, because we now just randomly tracked onto a thrall, which I know a lot of you have had it, and if you played Crota, running through lanterns or whatever, you know that's how it goes. You will just swing and you'll do a 180 and track to something behind you. we'll just track onto a thrall with a heavy attack, and there goes 180,000 or 120,000 damage or whatever it is. I'm completely guessing here. I'm sure in this video you'll see a couple of instances of that. So our damage tanked because of that, and then Surrounded would not be procced, and then Caretaker's doing 800,000, which is less than Vorpal on the quest, which is 900,000. So why use a perk that is super hard to proc when you can just use Vorpal, or use Gold Tusk, or use any other sword with the combo of Gold Tusk, which is, oh my god, Relentless Blade? Let me double check. But just use that perk. It is Whirlwind Blade. Gold Tusk is the best because it's 10 strikes, you get 30%, and Gold Tusk has the most ammo economy and the fastest swings. But I'm 90% sure, yeah, other half gets it. Whirlwind Blade. I don't think the other half gets Relentless Strikes, which is also a great thing, which is landing 3 light attack hits, gives you sword ammo. But if it does, you can make another half that is just like a Gold Tusk. It would just have 57 ammo instead of 70. But, mini rant over. I will say, when it comes to damage and optimal damage, which I didn't test the optimal one because Sarah was tired and I felt bad having her do it for so long. Using Heart Shadow with not having Tractor Cannon, using Heart Shadow is definitely the way. I decided against the Ogre, I wanted to test optimal versus optimal. So I used Wither Horde with Gold Tusk and then just Lament. Both Star Eater Scales Hunter with Blade Barrage. Lament did... Where did I put it? Oh my god, I don't think I wrote it down. Well, that's getting cut out. So, Gold Tusk did 2.1 million. Lament did 1.8 million. Now, on both these tests, I was missing swings, I wasn't optimal, I wasn't reprocking Wither Horde with Gold Tusk, Falling Geet, oh my god, Lament, I was missing heavy attack, stuff like that. But again, no damage phase is ever going to be 100% optimal. This is my suggestion as an average Destiny player for other average Destiny players that want the most damage output that they can by just playing the game and not having to worry about like some crazy combo, thinking in the back of their mind, okay, I need to do light, light, heavy, light. Because doing that in this video to test was taxing. It was very taxing. It was very mind-numbing, and to do that in a raid where you're an LFG guy and you're like, oh, I need to show up, left, left, heavy, left, 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 heavy, left, why isn't my shield proccing, you mess up. So just use the more forgiving options. Bequest Vorpal. Get a Caretaker Vorpal. Use Vorpal instead of Surrounded. Use Gold Tusk. Use a sword with that combo of just Relentless Strikes and Whirlwind Blade, whether that be other half, that can be crafted easily. You get one red border that's craftable, half truths. Actually, I don't think half truths runs there. Sorry, don't quote me on that. Bequest, you can get Vorpal and Tireless. Caretaker, you can get Vorpal and Relentless. Like, use those. Don't worry so much about the optimal, unless you're going for worlds first. Do not worry about the optimal. You don't have to do 9 million damage against Crota to be accepted into a raid group. Just do good damage. You don't always have to be the top. Just as an average player, just do what you can that's the easiest, which in my opinion, Gold Tusk is the easiest. Again, sorry for the little rant. I just remembered a couple of comments and I just wanted to talk about my point. Like always though, this is completely anecdotal. This is one man's testing. Your testing can be different. If you want to try different numbers, try different numbers. These are the numbers I got, and yes, I know wipe screen numbers are not the same as actual damage. Also, thank you all for watching. Thank you for the support on my last video. 10,000 views is fucking crazy for me. I have 160 subs and I just had 10,000 views on that video. You have no idea how much that means to me and how much that made me want to test more. I spent 5 hours testing today just to get the best video out there because I did not feel like that video was good enough for 10,000 views. I hope this video gets 10,000 views. at the least, because this one I believe is at least worth 5,000. It might not hit the algorithm like it did, but I appreciate it from all of you, and thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna let some more damage play, let you see all of the testing I did. It'll probably be a couple more minutes. I'm not sure, I haven't edited it fully down yet. But please enjoy the rest of this video on my damage testing. It did take me a long time and a lot of testing, so thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you appreciate the video. Sorry for the multiple rants. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you like if you liked. I'm going to do more damage tests like this because I actually kind of enjoy doing this stuff. I might do rockets next. I might do LMGs next or GLs next just to see like what's the best. Or I might just start doing regular Destiny content. Leave a comment. If you've made it all the way to the end, leave a comment. What would you like to see from me? Would you like to see Let's Plays? Would you like to see different Destiny content? Would you like to see like damage tests, raids with my group? What would you like to see out of this channel? Help me grow. Show your support by just helping me grow. Let me know what I can do that you want to see. Again, thank you all for watching and have a wonderful day. See you next time. Throw up your arms. Go drop the well on him. Throw up your arms if you just don't care. Okay, that's a lot of damage. Let's see.
Jesus Christ.
2 million point something. 2 million point, is that 4.9 or is that 5?
Yeah, 4.9.
So 2 million point, 2.1 million, I'll give it. So that's not going to be great damage. I'll say that much. It'll probably be like 1.8.